Anissa and her husband appeared to be failing at another creator clash, when now with their third installment of the event, they've had their top boxer, the head of the card, drop out mere weeks before the fight is supposed to happen. Along with this, other fighters are even expressing concern with IDubbbz's recent behavior after he dropped his content cop on H3, and they've even allegedly slashed hundreds of seats from the event due to low ticket sales. In a desperate attempt to save the day, IDubbbz has reached out to other various content creators trying to find a replacement for the fight, and so far, to our knowledge, every person he's reached out to has firmly said no. Welcome to the internet versus Creator Clash 3. It starts when the Creator Clash account makes a promotional post announcing the Lena versus Frunky Fogbait fight, and Mitchell Webster replies, "Hi, care to explain why you downsized the seats you're selling and not giving upgrades to those who bought them?" And attaches this image showing the Creator Clash seating arrangements, with all of the nosebleeds being grayed out. Dojangles quote tweets and says, "Wait, what? All the nosebleeds are grayed mysteriously in the last 24 hours. You know they didn't sell? Did they just try to pull a fast one? Chat, they did that shit." Attaching this image showing what the nosebleeds looked like before, all blue, meaning the seats were available. Billy the Fridge replies by saying, "Due to low ticket sales, that area will be closed off and they won't have to hire event staff and security to run it. This is common if ticket sales aren't projecting a near capacity event." And Dojingle says, "Honestly, they should have just booked the venue from the first event." Back to the promotional post, Nicholas DiOrio replies with this clip in the caption, "A clip just resurfaced from 2022 where IDubbbz and Anissa Joma downplayed the charity aspect of Creator Clash. They describe it more as an influencer party or a VidCon competitor. The main goal is just to get people paid who are involved in making it happen."
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
I see.
If it works out, then we can do that, and there could always be a charity aspect to it. But I think the main goal is just to get the people paid who are involved in making it happen, rather than like making exorbitant amounts of money.
So your goal is to build an institution of sorts, this Creator Clash, where you can have people.
Fun.
There's a champion every year.
Yeah, it's a party.
Interesting.
It's like a way more exciting VidCon. Or like I want it to be like influencers can like care about this and fans can care about this and like you can go watch it and have like a build up, like maybe parties before and like stuff like that.
Yeah, because we've gone to like the last Jake Paul event and it was crazy the amount of influencers that were there. Excited to see it. They weren't all my cup of tea.
Sure.
But it was exciting. Everyone wanted to be there. It was fun. And I think if we can harness some of that, but have it be even more exciting, because all of our fighters are mystery fights. You don't know how it's going to go. And then you have this, charity element. It's just like a win all around.
So in the future, maybe there'll be more profits potentially for you guys.
Potentially, but we're not looking at that really.
Nick continues his thread by saying, "Crazy to hear them refer to it as a charitable aspect back in the early days, considering how hard they crutched it for any criticism around CC2. Now that makes sense why they hired a comedian, flew out people who weren't fighting, and had multiple galas. It's a clout orgy." Willie Maxshaw replies by saying, "This is wild to see after all the shaming they've done." Justin Wang says, "It was legitimately a lot more fun to be at than VidCon. Should have leaned into this aspect." Ma replies to the clip by saying, "With this sort of mentality, it's really no wonder they ended up $250,000 in the red with no charities getting money. Seems like a given." Dragon Ball fan account also posts on the H3H3 production subreddit. This may have flown under the radar, but Nathan Barnett, aka Dad, left some messages on Monday's episode, and attached is this image of Nathan donating, first saying, "Hey guys, I've heard about the stuff going down. I feel for you. Really hope everyone feels as good as they can. Hope everyone makes it out sane. And good luck, Lena." And then a message he sent where he said, "This whole thing is a bummer for all. It's weird that he put that out. I feel confused too." No New Normal replies to the post by saying, "That's really nice of him, especially since he's had his own relatively minor issues with Ethan in the past." And Slapperdack says, "Isn't it very telling how a lot of the support towards Ethan is from people who once had beef with him? If everyone who ever had a falling out with me came to my defense, I'd feel so validated, because they have no obligation to stand up for me." Too Much Tuna Fish replies, "So Harley and Lena aren't the only ones upset with Ian. I stand Dad." Greffin says in our members only Discord, "How they even got support after failing at charity for CC2, I will never know. Anyone who is surprised about this outcome should go back and listen to them talk about why CC2 failed in the first place." Nicholas Durio also tweets out this post with the caption, description. Another Creator Clash 3 fighter spoke out after Ian's content cop. And he also shows that headliner Harley Morenstein called me live on stream as well, which obviously this is a full video and a long call, so if you want to see it, it will be linked in the description. But some are saying this could have been another contributing factor to why Harley dropped out. Decent Strike 6626 also posted in the H3 Productions subreddit. Harley speaks on his podcast today about Creator Clash.
Oh, and you're doing Creator Clash?
Yeah, I'm doing Creator Clash. For you people listening that don't know, there's a lot of drama with the event again. Made a little bit weirder being the only Jewish guy on the card. There's some moves. I'm not gonna say whether it was on purpose or whether it was engagement farming or whatever, but iDubbbz did put up a picture of him holding a sword with what looks to be a swastika on it. I do believe it's a Buddhist
looks exactly
symbol.
Like a swastika. If
yeah, but you know the Buddhist symbol?
Yeah. Well, you're going to do this argument with me now?
No, I'm not. I was just saying,
this is
I was going to say, could you imagine wearing a t-shirt with that Buddhist symbol on it?
No, definitely not.
How would people take that?
Yeah, it's interesting to see.
Yeah, there's no way you can't grab the sword and not see what very much looks like a swastika on it.
No,
yeah, but in the game of the internet, that's the move, right? You
yeah,
do
of
that.
course.
You definitely grab the swastika sword.
I mean, not me.
Well, that's why you're not getting views, bro.
That's fine. I don't need views. I'm not looking for views.
We kind of do.
I like the community we built.
I wish you would. Yeah, me too. I love it, but I wish you would push the swastika a little bit, bro.
Oh, you want me to bring it back?
Anything to move tickets, bro. I don't know if Creator Clash is moving tickets right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's in a weird place.
Because of the content cop?
No, I think it's just like Beyonce doesn't even sell at her concerts these days. Like that's just a thing. I think YouTube boxing is a little tired. I think there's a UFC event that night and a Jake Paul event that night. Okay. There's a lot of reasons why, and not a single one of them is because I'm the main event. For sure, not that.
And of course, this all leads to the tweet of the night with Harley posting, "I'm not boxing." Stardust replies, "Only respect for someone who stands up for their own principles." Schizopilled replies, "So you were defending these people for years and they stabbed you in the back." And Johnny Big Cheek says, "They didn't stab him in the back. He's just a Zionist who doesn't like that iDubbbz is anti-genocide." Justin Wang replies to Harley by saying, "All the stars are not here." Mudahar says, "You want to play some Gears 2 Horde mode?" And Harley replies, "How about Halo Reach Firefight?" And Mudahar says, "Actually down if we play the OG Xbox 360 version." Gungar quote tweets Harley with this image of iDubbbz in the caption, "The Ard." Augie quote tweets Harley by saying, "Total iDubbbz death." Andy Worski quote tweets Harley by saying, "Harley pulled out of Creator Clash." And Augie replies, "Anissa is fucking pissed tonight." Mudahar quote tweets Harley and says, "Man, Creator Clash 3 might end up being the most poorly handled YouTuber event, and that's saying something." Dick Masterson quote tweets him by saying, "Frogan will be fighting a seatbelt in Harley's place." Nicholas Durio screenshots this tweet and captions it, "Silence means something. Creator Clash 3 needs a new main event a few weeks from Fight Night. They chased off their most passionate guy on the card. What a fucking disaster." And just a Minx replies, "I'll fight Frogan." Common Cop also tweets out that Harley Morenstein, the headliner for CC3, has revealed he's no longer boxing, attaching this image of a now deleted LA Beast tweet which Harley Morenstein reposted, where LA Beast, Harley's opponent, now ex-opponent, said, "I am still boxing in Creator Clash. Any drama or politics involved is not and never will be on my focus radar. I'm zoned in and ready to fight. That is all. Have a good day." He then deleted that tweet and made a follow-up post saying, "Focused on moving forward and kicking the rest of my day's ass. Appreciate everyone. My last post, which I deleted, made my brain start to hurt. So I decided to clean the slate and stay focused on my family and getting my next YouTube video done." And Instant Regret replies, "No time for all that bullshit, man. We appreciate you, Beast." Fist bump emoji, and LA Beast replies with the fist bump emoji. Donovich says in our members only Discord, "Harley has just murdered CC3 in cold blood with that one statement, as if it was not on life support already. PPP and Warski are about to have a field day with this one." Ethan Klein himself also responds to this on his Instagram story when he posts, "How's that content cop working out for you guys? Maybe Tectone will join the card." Yeet then tweets out, "Now that we know Harley Morenstein dropped out from Creator Clash 3, let's do some investigating. Was Tectone slated to be Harley's replacement? Tectone revealed yesterday that iDubbbz asked him what his weight was in DMs." It attaches this clip.
iDubbbz DM'd me and he asked, "How much do you weigh?" So I think he's gonna try to get me in Creator Clash, which, by the way, before that comes out and before that gets invited, before I get invited to that, I'm not interested. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'd rather do a fighting event that isn't run by somebody who stabs their best friend in the back. Yeah, no, I'm good, man.
Villiam replies, Tectone versus Frogan, please. And Source Up North says, different weight classes. Frogan is a super heavyweight. Delaman replies to the original clip by saying, turns out betraying your best friend and swinging for a terrorist apologist wasn't a good PR move. Yeats also tweets out, is IDubbbz getting desperate? With Creator Clash 3 just weeks away, Ice Poseidon reveals that he denied an offer to box IDubbbz at the event, and attaches this clip.
I got invited to box IDubbbz in his event, his boxing event for Creator Clash, but I had to decline that because if I were to lose the IDubbbz, I would be extremely embarrassed, and I'm not very good at boxing, so I was like, no, I can't do that.
You guys have the same stats though.
I know he has 2 losses, I have 2 losses, but that's what I'm saying. If I lose to him, there's no coming back from that because he's like a skinny dude.
I think you'd win.
I mean,
and I think everyone would be wanting you to win too.
Yeah, but I have no training at all, and it's very soon. So I would gas out in 5 seconds, and then I'd be fucked. And he's definitely been training.
He said that he didn't, but I think he's lying.
Of course, yeah. He's definitely been training, and I haven't. So it's just like it's an easy win for him. So I had to say no. Although I wanted to do it because it would be really fun, but no training. It's just a waste of time. Gas out in 10 seconds, and then lose to IDubbbz. Like, bruh. I was just wondering why he asked me, because me and him have nothing to do with each other. Like I've never even spoke to him, so I don't know why he asked me to box him. Like, surely he has other options.
Maybe he wants your clout.
I mean, he definitely has more clout than I do.
Comment Cop also tweets out, IDubbbz was in talks with Zero, the Smash Bros player guilty of grooming a 14-year-old, about joining a future boxing event, and attaches this clip.
Do you think you'll ever get into influencer boxing? I have actually talked with IDubbbz about joining an event at some point, and I do have over a year of boxing under my belt.
Smaggle replies, is this the old clip or a brand new one? And Comment Cop says, clip is from after CC2 when IDubbbz was searching for fighters for CC3. Bitter Lee says in her members only Discord, I did notice they have a Tiltify page connected directly with the Stand Up to Cancer organization. As it stands, this is the total amount of money that is guaranteed to go to charity. And on the page, it says that there's about $28,000 raised out of the $1 million goal. Bitter Lee continues by saying, that total is direct donations, not ticket prices or other revenue sources. If that 28K figure, or whatever it ends up being in 2 months, is all that gets donated, you know for sure they'll be using it as a meat shield when this event inevitably flops in ticket and PPV sales. Also, if you look in the top donos, $1 grand of it is presumably Ethan before the content cop, and attaches an image showing Ethan and Ela Klein and the H3 crew donating $1,000. And Greffen replies to Bitterly by saying, truly repulsive that they backstabbed H3 like they did, especially Lena. Mochu posts on the H3H3 Productions subreddit, with Harley dropping out of Creator Clash, anyone is now entitled to a full refund, which they were previously refusing. Attaching the image of a Florida statute, which says, upon the postponement, substitution of either participant or cancellation of the main event or the entire program of matches, the promoter shall refund the full purchase price of a ticket to each person presenting a ticket for a refund within 30 days after the scheduled dates of the event. Within 10 days after the expiration of the 30-day period, the promoter shall pay all unclaimed ticket receipts to the commission. The commission shall hold the funds for 1 year and make refunds during such time to any person presenting a ticket for a refund. Thereafter, the commission shall pay all remaining monies from the ticket sale to the state treasurer for deposit into the general revenue fund. Chief Piglu replies, why would IDubbbz sabotage his own events like this? Is he stupid? And Atrapos JM says, traditionally, yes. And Just Schwick replies, he's treated every Creator Clash like his own emotional dumping ground. That's not what these boxing events are about. And Hoodie Ninja says, horrible. Andy Worski also makes a tweet about the situation where he says, I just got sent this. If Anissa and Ian kicked out Harley, they could be forced to refund 100% of the tickets asked according to a Florida state statute. Does anyone know any more about this? Is this true? If so, this is going to be brutal for the Jomas. And Emily replies, Nick Dioro just said on stream that Harley just confirmed that he chose to drop out on his own accord. And as confirmation for this clip, Comment Cop's burner tweets out, not a stunt, Harley Morenstein confirms he dropped out of Creator Clash 3 and attaches this Nick Diorio clip.
Okay, I did just get clarification. from Harley Morenstein. I appreciate it. I'll have to move this up in the segment, but he just wanted to clarify that he dropped. Ian and Anissa didn't drop him. He left on his own accord.
Thank you for the $5, my man.
So that is something that he wanted you guys to know.
And Andy Worski says, seems to be confirmed the Harley left Creator Clash on his own accord, according to Nick DiOrio. And from what I hear from everyone is that they are required to refund according to the Florida state statutes. This is beyond a mess for Ian and Anissa Joma. He also tweets out this picture with the caption, iDubbbz Discord mod says they're not discussing Creator Clash at this time after the shocking Harley Morenstein withdrawal. And it shows a message where Little Froky65 says, is Harley off Creator Clash for real? He was my favorite fighter. And Han replies, we're not discussing Creator Clash at this time. More info to come. Then Little Froky also said on our members only Discord, the show must go on. The kino must flow. Nice, Double Agent Buddy. I see you. Willie also posted on our members only Discord, Creator Clash 3, The Disappearing Act. Yeats also tweets out, Asmongold thinks Creator Clash 3 is doomed and it's not because of the content cop fallout, and attaches this clip.
I think this actually had nothing to do with any drama with the content cop or anything like that. I don't think it had anything to do with it. I think it's just simply that the event wasn't really that interesting. It's basically compounding off of the lack of interest from the previous event, a reduction in people that are willing to be title card fighters. And I think all of these things happening came together and it damaged the event in a way that I don't think is recoverable. I don't think Creator Clash is really going to do very well. I don't think they're going to make their money back. And I think overall it's going to be a negative. So yeah, I mean, and I like Ian. I like iDubbbz in a lot of ways. I do. I met the guy. I talked to him. But, you know, it just, again, just bad management. And I think also it's a meta level problem. It's much harder, like as somebody who knows about this, it's much harder to make money with events now than before.
Nicholas Durio tweets out this meme of Keemstar bearing Boogie 2998, except Creator Clash 3 is edited on top of Boogie. And Froppy Tonic replies by saying, are you celebrating the failure of a charity event? And Nicholas Durio quote tweets him saying, yeah, this is a fake Froggy Tonic, unfortunately. Dojangles tweets out this meme with the caption, our silence means something, showing Anissa's tweet talking about baking brown butter chocolate chips today to relax. We'll post update pictures. Good luck in the Canadian election today. Hopefully Canada says no to fascism. Go out and vote. And then Harley Morenstein's I'm not boxing tweet coming in from behind. Idiot Loser replies, congrats. You and your parasocials destroyed a charity event. We're all very impressed. And I reply by saying, wait, how much did the charity event raise last time? And Dojangle says, the roundest number of them all. Shout out to our tier 3 members and internet representatives Kiko and South. Thank you so much for the support. And I'll see you all in the next episode.